When I first came to Lighthouse, honestly, I was in wonder of just how God had led me to this place that was so different from everything that was on Liberty's campus. I was in desperate need, just to see something different and to serve differently. And when I first started with Lighthouse, it was just a couple of us, maybe 5 people, who had a desire to serve the kids down here, but we really didn't know anything about it. And I just served as a supportive role for a solid year, helping to solve problems and filling in where needed, and just figuring out how in the world to run an inner city children's ministry. And now my role as director means that I take care of a lot more stuff, but I would still consider that to be a supportive role, just helping the people that serve as volunteers, equipping them, enabling them, designing programs and the structure of the ministry. It's taught me that God is a lot weirder than we made him out to be in our structured churches, and God is crazy, and he loves adventure, and he loves to surprise us, and he loves to dance with us and walk with us, and just show us things that are beautiful just because he loves us.
Because I'm an alcoholic, I was looking for some sort of accountability. And that accountability came in me coming to the Lighthouse on a daily basis and spending my time here in the building. Here is a place I wasn't allowed to drink. I wasn't allowed to just do whatever it is I wanted to do. I had a purpose here, and I was given responsibilities on a daily basis. And that became my accountability. That became a huge part of my recovery for alcohol. And those first few weeks turned into months, and those months turned into a year, and now it's been 2.5 years, coming on to 3, that I've been a part of Lighthouse. And I am proud to be one of the people that is overseeing a lot of what happens here in the building, from programs to the lunches, to just dealing with people who come in through the door looking for whatever service that it is that we may offer.
I came to the Lighthouse and I was almost on the verge of being homeless. And I had a really bad situation with my family. I grew up in a Christian family, but I strayed away from the church, and I never wanted to have anything to do with the churches anymore. It's taken almost a year for me to step out, back in faith, back in love, and just to accept my heritage in a sense. Like I said, I came from a Christian family, and I think if it wasn't for the Lighthouse, I never would have come back to the church. I used to drive by this place really fast, trying to get out of Lynchburg. And I knew it was here, but I didn't know anything about it. And I'm glad I'm here.
Well, basically, I'm an alcoholic, a recovering alcoholic, and I had 20 years of sobriety. At one point in time, I was even an alcohol counselor at one point. And when I came to Virginia, I came to go to Liberty, to the Wellington Bible Study School, and it didn't work out for me there, but I managed to stay on anyway. But in the interim, I went back to drink. I was sober here for about 3 years, and I started drinking again, and started getting into trouble with the law. I had a DUI, and if it wasn't for the Lighthouse, I really don't know where I would be. As I mentioned before, they opened up their hearts to me, and I feel a change. They treated me very well, where others really didn't want much to do with me, but those that I mentioned just opened up everything, and hopefully when I get out of the Elam home, I'll be heading right back here because this is where I belong.
I was a theology student at Liberty Baptist Theological Seminary in Dr. Mitchell's class, and he was bugging me for about 3 weeks straight to come with him to the Lighthouse. Well, I gave some thought. I said, I got too much to do already. But he finally drugged me to his truck one day and said, let's go to the Lighthouse. So we did. I came down to the Lighthouse and stayed here 4 hours and went back to my church at First Baptist in Gretna, where I was the minister for senior adults, and resigned my position, came to the Lighthouse. It's the kind of place that grabs you from the very beginning, and it grabbed me. We're really excited about December the 13th date here this year because we'll be celebrating 10 years of this ministry being right on this spot in Lynchburg, across from the YMCA. Finney Matthew started this ministry 10 years ago by buying this building and eventually setting up a community center here to help those in the community that were in need. And it has grown exponentially to what it is today. And we are in presence developing a major development plan for the next 10 years. But we are so excited on December the 13th to have the opportunity to celebrate 10 years of serving the people who need it most in Lynchburg, here on Church Street in downtown Lynchburg.
Hello, my name is Greg Kelly. I got introduced to the Lighthouse about 2.5, 3 years ago. Came here as a church, wasn't quite sure what it was all about. Took me until about another year, it's been about 1.5 years now, that I came by here because I found out that it was more than a church. It was a community center, and it had a meeting called Celebrate Redemption, and that's when I came by to check that out, a 12-step program for recovery. I've known people that have been in and out through here for years, and I became more invested at that time. Started coming back to church. I remember a story of watching Martha deal with someone who came in the door who needed financial assistance, and so many things that happen with social programs around here is people will give them another phone number or tell them somewhere else to go, but instead she gave her a hug, sat down and talked to her and really listened to her, and that made me understand that what goes on here is more than just a church or more than just some kind of community activist thing. People here really care about what goes on. Now I'm continuing to work and come by when I can. Why I think this has been the most important thing for me is it's given me an opportunity to serve God and get back on track with my faith and my life, and by doing for others, then that helps me. It's been a source of service work, opportunity for me to serve God and to serve other people, and that's what I do ongoing since I've been involved with the Lighthouse. It really has been a powerful tool in my life and to help me serve God and get to learn how other people can benefit from this program.